Oh, it's cold. What is up, guys? My name is Tim, and I live on the East Coast where it's supposed to snow coming up this weekend. Now, we don't have anything for plowing the driveway. Nothing that we've ever used. Conveniently, there's something in the shed which we have a plow we can attach to. We've never done it. It was here on this property before any of us lived here. We've used it as the rototiller that it is. But I haven't seen anyone make a video on one of these things that made a good example of using it. So let's do a quick will it run and show you what it does. All right. Oh, it's so dark in here. Sketchy old shed. Oh, but according to the screen, you can still see it, so there it is. Rototiller and a mini bike frame back there. So this thing has got a mounting plate on the front down here so that you can put a plow on the front. Notice how there's no carburetor on it, or no fuel line attached to it, because the bowl seal is missing on the bottom. We've used this for tilling many a time, but never for plowing. So let's get her out of here. Let's get her started, fixed, and put the blade on there. See how things go. All right, before I unclutter all of this, I'm gonna check and see if the reason why I think it's not running is the reason it's not running. Theoretically, there's no gasket on this on the bottom of the carburetor, so we can pop that off real quick and take a look-see. So give me just a second. All right, I even want to step lazier. I just put gas in it. we'll see if she starts. Choke on. Oh yeah. Oh, this is good. Oh man, that's why it doesn't want to start. That's gonna be a pain. Oh no. Oh no. I've already done that once. Well, I've got one of these bad boys right on the front. So we're gonna see how a tiller does in the snow. Might not be great, but first things first, when I went and checked this earlier, you can pull the engine over. It's hard to pull and it doesn't retract. We'll throw a little bit of lubrication in there, throw some gas in it, and she should start right up. It's sat for years before and started up no problem. No one that's alive has ever used this thing with the plow, so it should be interesting. Yeah. So let's get it running, and hopefully I'll have enough snow to show you. First thing I need is to sneak a little bit of WD-40 back in. Oh. I might soak the rope, but I really don't care about the rope that much. I can replace that, but I don't want to spend the time. Oh yeah, that's already moving better. Ooh. But she's not retracting, so we're gonna have to manually retract that. I'm gonna lubricate it more, and we'll see if she wants to come back without taking it apart. We're not trying to spend loads of time on this thing, you know? So we'll see if this will come back, and we'll get some gas in the tank. I just put a tiny bit in there to see if it would leak, and The answer is yes. Not a big leak, but a leak. The clamp's not on tight either, but I don't think that's my source. No, I think it's the bowl gasket. So we'll do that in a second. But first things first, we gotta see if we can get this freed up enough to spin her easy enough to get her pulled and started. Okay. All right. I have decided that it's too cold out here. The sun's going down over the horizon quick. I'm just gonna push this thing to the garage. All right, here we go. All right, finally back in the shop. Did confirm this thing's leaking gas. I grabbed the right wrench for it, and I'm going to see if there's even a seal on that, because I am suspicious. My dad said he rebuilt this. I'm suspicious there's not a seal in there. I think he told me that, I just don't remember. Almost sure he wouldn't remember that either. It's all right. Let's just get this off of here. All right. No, there's a seal there. But what about the bowl gasket? No, there's a bowl gasket. Dump that onto the rag. There's a bowl gasket. So why would you be leaking? Is it the wrong type of gasket on the bottom? It might be. It might be the wrong type of gasket. Or the bowl got messed up or something. But it looks right. Everything looks right. Bowl gasket's not old. Bowl itself doesn't look ridiculous. I might have a little actual O-ring instead of this solid flat washer that's on here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a flat washer or an O-ring. So I'll replace that real quick and we will see if that works. Got an O-ring on there. It might be right. We'll see. We'll check fitment against the bowl. Fitment against the bowl seems just fine. It's not like there's a copper washer available or anything, but the O-ring at least has enough squish that it will likely be fine. I'm not going to double both of these up. I think the flat washer honestly just might be the original one and it bit the dust. So we'll see. Get this gasket on here first. Maybe not. Maybe I should two-hand this. Massage the O-ring into place. No, it doesn't even feel like there's a spot for it to hold, so we'll put the O-ring in the bowl. It doesn't sit real nicely in the bowl for this, but I don't know what other options I really have. Maybe this is the source of the leak. Because you don't want to over-tighten an O-ring, because then it'll just balloon out of where it needs to seal. Yeah, there's a lot more squish in this now. I'm not sure that'll work. Doesn't feel quite right to me, but very, very hard to tell. We'll take the not proper fuel line clamp. Oh, she's already leaking. All right, that didn't work. All right, we'll put the not proper fuel line clamp back on. That's really funny. Just trying to use what I have, that's all. I should be wearing gloves. I know there's a lot of mechanics out there that would totally disagree with wearing gloves, but I am of the gloved persuasion here. Yeah, you'd have to put it on there super light to get that to work. So I can't imagine that this flat seal wasn't working. I mean, it's not like it's in bad shape. It's this square edged seal, which I'm not sure I trust. Because why would a square edged seal go in there when there's nowhere, well, just barely somewhere for it to ride on the top of everything? There's only just barely a place for it. All right, well, let me put this back together the way it came. All right, well, that's tight again. Hand tight, but tight. I don't even know how tight it was to begin with. It could have just been too loose. Nope, I can see that seal bulging out. I don't agree with that. It really is. It's, here, let me show you because I realize I'm talking without showing. Do you see? No, you can't see. Do you see that? Right here. That seal is bulging out. And it's never gonna make a good seal that way. Gotta work with a little guy, you know? So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna try and get this seal on there one way or another, the proper way. Yeah, cause I keep turning the wrong way. Like a dingus. I know better. There we go. I don't mind having dropped that. Did I crush it? No, I did not. I'm gonna do a little trick here. All right, to make this seal stick up on the mating surface, I'm going to take silicone grease on the hand and put it liberally around this seal so that this seal has globs of it on there. It's gonna be a little gross in the hands, but I'm not really worried about gross. I just want this to work, you know? Wipe off some of that excess. Hopefully, this should stick where it belongs at this point. Oh yeah, this is quite literally sticking in place. There it is. That seems much better. That's much better. So now, it's already where it belongs. It should just be putting this back on there. Should just be. Get that cup over top of it. Screw it on. That had better be the right combination of things. Grab the wrench again. A little rusty tighty. Make sure we don't, yep, I don't see any bulging around the whole thing at all. Beautiful. Oh, there we go. Proper snug. Yep, we're only working with an O-ring, so you don't want to crush it. This should come undone and not leak. I hear it filling, and I don't feel any leaks. Okay, that should work. Now this, still another problem, because this, oh, it's retracting better now. All I did was lubricate it so that hopefully it would come back. All right. Let it sit with lube on it, and we're good. That's beautiful. All right, I can tighten this up, this little hose up, and clean up over here a little bit. Put this extra O-ring back. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. That's wrapped up. I put air pressure in the tires. I may or may not have put an extra quart in the transmission. You didn't hear anything. Anyways, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming and see if she'll pop over real quick. Let's make sure this, well, it's rolling, so the transmission's in neutral, so it's not gonna spin the tines. The choke is still on. So glad this is recoiling now. Ooh, it puffed. Come on, one more. Choke off maybe because it puffed. Man, this thing always ran great. I'm not gonna run much more than that since I'm inside, but I think it's a good time to put that plow on there. Prove it ran, gave it fluids, checked the oil. I realized that this thing's on its original spark plug from the 70s, and I know the points have never been cleaned. It just works. It just works. Let me time lapse y'all for this one. All right, it's Tim from the future in the corner. While I'm editing this, I realized that I never actually told you guys what this rototiller is. It's been in our family since 1979. My grandfather bought it brand new. It's a Troy Bilt horse. Yes, it's a rototiller. It does several other things. Two-wheel tractor. Doesn't do much more than that. Yeah, all right. Back to regularly scheduled programming. I got it on there. I cleaned up the pin, cleaned up the rust that was on the front. If that snow sticks to that, I'll just put some bar oil on there, see how that works. Chainsaw bar oil. It started. It ran for a second. I'm not going to get it warm in here because it's a closed shop. What do you want? But, yeah, we'll, next time you see me, once it starts snowing, finish this video up. You guys get to see this thing work. It'll be interesting. I think I said it earlier. No one who's alive currently has ever used this specific machine with this plow on it, in this family at least. So we'll see what it can handle. I can't imagine it can handle much. It's only got 2 wheels for traction. And it's a push blade, so what are you gonna do? But we'll see. We'll see. All right. To the snow. Man, it is absolutely coming down. The snow is crazy. It's light, luckily. Although now it's sort of rain, sleet happening. So I'm gonna try and get some plowing done quick. I'm gonna get a few shots for you guys and then get it done, because this is something else. Well, it's a little deeper than I thought it would be. But yeah, let's see if a tiller from 1979 can plow the driveway. All right. I was being dumb before. I didn't realize I had the shutoff still on. So we'll see if it'll start now with having time to unflood, because I kept pulling it without it actually kicking. We'll see how it goes. I can't imagine this is going to want to recoil still. So. Yeah, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And of course, the recoil doesn't want to go back. So. Recoil wants to fight. All right. I don't think I'll find any good spots to put you that are not gonna get somewhat snowed on or rained on. I'm gonna have to do some quick filming, I guess. Weather is subpar, I would call it. I'd say that's successful. They put you on a different angle so you can kind of see the front end doing work. It's actually running out of gas because I forgot to fill it all the way up. All right, but I gotta get this done fast. I'm gonna have to go get gas. I'll see you. I'll talk to you at the end. All right, this video may be absolutely all over the place, but we're in the shop like a week after the storm. I'm just gonna pop off this starter pull and redo it real quick on camera, because if I don't film it, I won't do it, I guess. You saw how it was running. It was running okay, doing some of this, plowing snow. Did a lot better than I thought it would. Oh, and I'm gonna pop off the tines on the back, so I'm not worried about that, because the tines, they're just one big bolt. You can take an air tool to it and take it right off. This video is kind of all over the place. I don't have good planning skills when it comes to doing a storyline in terms of a vehicle or even anything else, really, because I haven't done YouTube a lot. All the YouTube experience I've got is just doing some like cinematic cuts of cars I've seen, or like doing an unedited walkthrough of an abandoned building like a dickhead. So let me get this knocked out real quick, and I'll show you guys a couple of the other projects that are lined up already. Yeah, this isn't really going to be much of a how-to, because these things, you'll find tutorials on how to rebuild these recoil starters all over the place on the internet. I gotta figure out how to pop this thing apart, because I don't think I've ever redone one of these type. But I think it should just pull straight out. Oh, there's a screw on the inside of that with a pin in the middle. Why is there a pin in the middle? Because it rides on that. Interesting. I will take you over to the toolbox for an overhead view. This is Messy Mechanic 101, and I don't like my toolbox at home being like this. Okay, I don't know if you can see. Do you see how there's a little Phillips head on the inside of that? I don't think I've ever seen something like this stuck inside of a Phillips head like this. I don't want to pry on it too. I don't want to cut it either. I don't want to pry on it too hard. But how else are you supposed to get it out of there? Does this pop off? I don't want to pry on that too hard and break something. Interesting. How in the hell do you take that out of there? Just pull it. Oh, it's like a roll pin that's been put in there. Okay, I don't feel bad pulling on that. Why in the world would someone just hammer in a roll pin? I mean, I can put it back. That would be no problem to put back. Why in the world is there a roll pin inside of a screw? But you can see how like slow that is to try and recover. It's better now that we're inside, but I'm so intrigued by this. What are you supposed to do? Loosen it like that? You can't. And the whole thing doesn't just pop out of there super easy. That'd be too nice. I seriously think it's like screwed into this. But I don't understand why the hell they put a roll pin in there. I just don't want to go ripping it out, but I might have to. And I will. Well, I bent it, so there's that. Well, she's bent, but I don't care. I can straighten that out a bit if I need to. What a weird thing to have in there. So that leaves me open to just taking this undone. Not with that. I'm gonna need to use good old impact driver, manual impact driver, because that's fairly good and stuck in there. That's pretty good. Leave that there and loosen. Beautiful. One hit wonder. Come on, don't slip on it. That's the annoying part. It's not the perfect. I don't have a great fitting screwdriver in hand right now. This old ass one's probably gonna be the best. Nope. Thought it would, definitely not. Let's see. Usually the old screwdrivers for this kind of thing, but this does not seem to be a giant screwdriver for this. Honestly, fits better than anything else. Probably gonna have this spring go flying at me. That's fine. Go back, don't strip it. Oh, I don't like this game. Nope, I don't like this game. I don't like this game. I just want one that'll fit it without stripping the damn thing. God. Ooh, oh. All right, we'll throw out weight. Nothing back there. That's got a little collar. Goes in yonder. Spring goes there. Now this should come out somehow, some way. It's gonna scare me, I know it. You know, if it still doesn't want to come out, this is gonna be infuriating. Cause yeah, it spins around that shaft. I might just be fighting the rope at a certain point. Can I get this out of here? Cut it without sacrificing a lot of rope? Because I do not have any conveniently around here. I should if I'm doing this kind of thing, but woo, all right. That can come out, and then this can go slack. And then it should, oh, there we go. There's your spring, and there's the old grease I see. Oh, look at that. It's like slowly coiling out too, because it's been, the grease inside of it is ancient. Wow, okay, yeah, that's part of why it was. Do you see that? You see how it's like sticking, or it was? Yeah, they're all kind of layered on top of each other and not happy. All right, well, I can clean this with some brake clean real quick. Put in a little bit of grease. We just want to wipe up. I can just take this off. We can just wipe up some of this grease. This old grease. There's barely any grease in here, to be honest. There should be more. Like, look at that. Look at that. That's old grease. It's turned sticky. Yeah, it's just all turned sticky, and there's not much lubrication to it anymore. Take the opportunity to clean inside this, because when else do we get to do it? Generally never. Nothing looks worn out, so that's good. All right, how's our rope look? Not great. Ooh, look, more grease. Clean that out real quick. All right, so they were using like axle type grease in here. Kind of let that soak for a second. I could put this in the parts cleaner, but I'm not really super worried about it. We're gonna spin this grease off of here. This isn't gonna be perfectly clean. This is, you know, we're not super worried about this thing. Look at that, we chewed that up with the screwdriver trying to get this thing retracted again. So I think probably worth taking a wood file and just smooth out these edges. All right, that's got most of the burrs off the inside. That's all I'm really worried about. Sharp plastic on the inside. I don't know what grease I really want to use on the inside of this or the back side of this. I am just going to use this old can of Dryden, probably propylene, whatever it says. That's faded. Can't read it. Dryden Pyroplex EP something. Old red grease. It's for an old red machine. Yes, I'm putting gloves on. No, I do not care what your opinion is of wearing gloves. There was a load of grease in here just for this surface to ride on. I think that's all it's going to need there. I'm going to put a little bit of grease on this because this is what it was riding on. This needs grease on the, well, I want a more liquid grease to do this, I guess. This piece specifically, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to accomplish that one. It's not like this needs grease. The only reason I'm doing this is because it was sticky. It might get more sticky, I don't care. Uh-oh. You go in here. Spring in here that flipped back when it did that. Keeps itself in. Now, the goal becomes, how far can you spin this thing backwards, and then I'll get a clamp on it. Came off again. It's fine. I'm not super worried about it. I want to get a clamp on this. I just wanted to clamp down enough that it doesn't come springing back. I don't really want it to do much more than that. I don't want it to break the plastic, you know. Let's keep turning her. Oh, I let it slip. Oh, yeah. All right. See, but that's trying to feed it out. I'm dumb. It does have to go the other way. There we go. Pff, I'm stupid for that one. I had it backwards. This in through the hole. Apparently doesn't want to. Let's make the end of this a little bit more difficult. Or not difficult, more even. So that it can go through that hole a bit nicer. That ought to thread easier. Yep, right through. That's amazing. It's almost like I was in Boy Scouts or something. Way back in the day. All right, that whole knot gets stuck in there, and I will trim the end of that because it's sticking out. Well, that didn't cut it the way I wanted it to. Better. All right, as long as it kind of stays inside that hole, that's fine. Now I can still tighten this if I need to, because if I release this, it should take the slack of the whole thing. Oh, and it didn't. All right, so take it back out again. All right, note to self, probably about as tight as I can comfortably wind it by hand. That's not in there, come on. You've got to be in here too, buddy boy. Yeah, there you go. Let's do it this way instead. Beautiful, now it's sitting more flush in this area. Let's wind her till we can't. I can only say I've ever done this like once or twice, so. Oh, that's about as full wind. Yeah, it won't go any further. Okay, so that's good to know. Hey, I'm walking here. All right, loaded spring. Scary moments. Could go right in my face. All right, thread the hole, thread the second hole, pull her through. All right, that's beautiful. That's what I want. And then we grab this thing. This convenient little, oh, actually this goes first. Then this thing. So just a simple little knot. Shove that inside the metal piece. Pull it back in there where it belongs. Okay, and then put some hand tension there and some tension off of that. Keep the pliers on the, there we go. And that's what we want. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Oh, I gotta get this back in where it belongs again, because I took it out accidentally. There we go. Simple this time around. All right, there's this little spring. Then the cup goes on over top. See that little part that cut out there? Put over that. Spring loaded. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, tiny little blue Loctite on here. Whee, that is not a tiny little bit. Oh, well, there's a tiny bit on the threads, but a lot on my hand. All right, I don't mind a tiny bit on the thread. That's fine. That's what I want. Get the Loctite off my hand, and my hand will freeze up. Look at that. And that's how that works. Like a little tongue. Bit, 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 bit. Let's try to straighten this out. Let's get some bigger pliers. I know using the vice grips on these earlier wasn't ideal, but I'm also not super worried about this. It's never going to be perfect. I just wanted to sort of accomplish the same task. Close enough. Good enough for government work, as they say. And then tap the roll pin. Yep, that bottomed out. Beautiful. And then the little plastic nubbin goes back on. Plastic nubbin goes back on. There we go. And theoretically, that's done. All right, let's go put that back on. Beautiful. Now, how's it turn over? Oh! Oh! Glorious! So much nicer. So much nicer. All right. And then the other thing I said I would do, I'd smack the tines off of this thing real quick, because it's really hard to use as a snowplow when there's big old tines on it. All right, so maybe 3/4. Oh, perfect. I love flip sockets sometimes. Loud noises. All right, yeah, the air compressor came on. It got real noisy. Yes, it's Tim in the corner again. Yeah, air compressor came on. You guys wouldn't be able to hear anything super well, so here I am. I'm only gonna remove this one tine on camera because it's a duplicate of the other side. It's no big deal. And then let's see. Oh yeah. While editing this, I'm here to explain. I realized that this microphone can only register either front and or rear audio, and it does not do it both at the same time. So as I'm editing this, I'm realizing that like sometimes I'm flipping the camera around and the audio is still in the same spot. So we'll work on that. We're working on this. This is all a learning experience here. So, all right, going back. What a ridiculous machine. It's basically a two-wheel tractor. I mean,
We won't push anything right now, it's all ice. That's much better. Until it's done. Alright.
I'm probably not going to end up touching that thing for a long time. It needs the transmission rebuilt because it leaks oil as it sits, and it really could use a rebuild of the tiller drive and blah blah blah. It's a cool little thing. It's not particularly, it's indestructible. It's not particularly worth a crazy amount of time. Yes, this video has been all over the place. I really have been, I don't really have much YouTube experience in terms of doing storytelling type repairs. I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to start doing other things like this Mercedes up here. I'm going to be recording. That's not priority number one. That is a YZ85. That is a YZ85 motocross bike. It's not mine. It's a friend of mine. Engine's fresh rebuilt. Basically just needs to be put back together and test ridden. New bearings, sprocket, bushings in the swing arm, fresh clutch, fresh engine bearings, fresh top end, carbs clean. I mean, this thing is as fresh as you can get in terms of engine internals and bearings. The triple tree has been done. That's gonna be the next thing I'm probably gonna post. It might be done in a couple episodes because I don't know really how quickly I'll get that kind of thing out because I don't know how to edit like crazy. I've done, if you look back on this channel, I've done like a basic cinematic edit here or there, but those aren't even that good. And I still didn't know what I was doing. Anyways, I will work on starting that up and getting proficient at making videos so I can do better storytelling. It's really walking you through what I'm doing on a vehicle and then putting that together so it makes sense is all. That's all it really is. But I have plenty of vehicles, and hopefully recording it will get me in gear and get these projects done. On the other hand, I do have ideas for stupid adventures, and if anything on YouTube ever took off, I would probably use that money to immediately start doing stupid adventures. So, yeah. For now, though, expect a video about a YZ85 dirt bike, maybe a video on this Mercedes 240D. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.